This case study reports the developmental stages of a new age and first of its kind medical device for accelerating oxygen flow for the patients on oxygen therapy. The case under reference is a detailed account of an interinstitutional team dedicated to find solution to health challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Here in this session, I'm sharing the complete process of taking suo motu cognizance of society's concerns, pinning the specific problems, brainstorming to find solutions, experimentation, collaborating with experts and institutions, testing the product, and finally, commercialization of product of public utility to promote health and wellness. The key learning outcomes of this case study was spontaneous entrepreneurial endeavor, which provided evidence that showcased the value of time compressed initiatives accelerating the process of finding solutions. The team of researchers came up with practical and acceptable solutions. Hello, I'm Professor Naresh Rakha, PhD in Immunology from the University of Liverpool, England, and postdoctoral fellow in biotechnology at Hokkaido University, Japan. I have served Veterinary University at Hisar as Professor of Veterinary Preventive Medicine and in administrative positions as Dean PG Studies, Associate Director of Research, Head of the Departments, etc. Dr. Shahryar Reza was the Chief Architect, Proposer and Executioner of the project. Dr. Khushbu Rakha undertook the project implementation. She is Assistant Professor in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar. The team collaborated with Mr. Suresh Chand, faculty in charge, Rapid Prototyping Lab, Siemens Center of Excellence at Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. He helped the team in 3D printing of the prototype. Now I'm going to discuss all the 7 points of product development cycle one by one. Number 1, taking suo motu cognizance of society's concerns. These were some of the pictures flashed across TV channels and newspapers in which we saw the common man's struggles to get proper oxygen therapy for their COVID-affected family members. People were dying of COVID-19 every day, numbering in thousands, reportedly due to unavailability of hospital beds and proper oxygen therapy. The pictures of struggle, agony, and pity made many onlookers cry. We too cried, paid heavily to save our dear ones, and decided to throw our bit in the pool of scientific information and design and develop new age medical devices to facilitate the global efforts to fight COVID-19.
कोविड के मध्यम से गंभीर श्रेणी के मरीजों के उपचार के लिए सीपैप यानी कॉन्टिन्यूअस पॉजिटिव एयरवे प्रेशर थेरेपी काफी कारगर साबित हुई है। ये भी देखा गया है कि कोविड-19 संक्रमण के शुरुआती दौर में ही सीपैप मशीनों के उपयोग से फेफड़ों को होने वाले नुकसान को कम करने में मदद मिलती है। लेकिन मौजूदा सीपैप मशीनों को चलाने के लिए लगातार बिजली की उपलब्धता सुनिश्चित करनी होती है, जिस वजह से ग्रामीण और दूर दराज के इलाकों में इनका प्रयोग मुश्किल होता है। आईआईटी रोपड़ के शोधकर्ताओं ने ऐसा सीपैप डिवाइस तैयार किया है जो बिना बिजली के भी काम कर सकता है। जीवन वायु नाम के इस सीपैप डिवाइस के जरिए एक सामान्य ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर से 60 लीटर प्रति मिनट तक की दर से ऑक्सीजन का प्रवाह किया जा सकता है।
This is presentation of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. These pictures display the wide media coverage by the government news channels, national newspapers, and social media platforms of individuals and institutions. The second stage of product developmental cycle was pinning the specific problems. What we did, we analyzed the media reports, talked to the medical friends, and figured out the reasons such as number 1, inadequate number of ventilators, CPAP, BiPAP machines, and oxygen concentrators available in the medical facilities. Number 2, inadequate trained technicians to handle and operate these sophisticated machines. Number 3, inadequate flow or pressure of oxygen to the patients in situations where face respirators were directly attached to the oxygen cylinders without the help of such machines. And number 4, unaffordable prices of ventilators, CPAP, BPAP machines. And number 5, inadequate power supply, particularly in remote rural settings. In the patients with moderate to severe stage of respiratory diseases, the lungs are compromised and thus require high flow oxygen administration. The World Health Organization recommends the use of high flow nasal oxygen therapy, non-invasive positive pressure ventilation, and CPAP, BPAP continuous bilevel positive airway pressure oxygen therapies. It has been established that the use of existing CPAP machines, especially in the early stages of COVID-19 infection, reduce lung damage and allow patients to recover from the inflammatory effects faster. CPAP machines use mild air pressure to keep a patient's airway open to avoid the collapse of airways. With the COVID virus spreading to the villages and smaller towns where steady power supply is emerging as a key concern for the medical equipments such as oxygen concentrators and ventilators. During summer, the electricity demand increases and the distribution system, which is already fragile or at least not robustly built, gets overloaded and power supply is interrupted. Rural India was likely to be worst affected, with government data showing that nearly 39,000 health subcenters in rural India were functioning without electricity supply. It was a common worry. Doctors are concerned that if their CPAP lose power in the night, their patients may suffocate in their sleep. Power failure poses more serious issues for patients with moderate to severe respiratory infections, and the death of patient can raise serious concerns regarding patient education in the use of CPAP devices, especially in the case of a power outage. The third stage of product developmental cycle is brainstorming to find the solutions. Considering these 5 reasons stated before, it was reasonable to consider designing a medical device which can be mass produced and made available quickly. Secondly, which can be operated with least effort and skill. Number 3, which can be placed in the middle of a face respirator tube between oxygen source and the patient and do away with the need of BiPAP, CPAP machines and ventilators. Number 4, which is affordable for those who are limited resources. And number 5, which can function without proper power supply. The process of developing and sharing the scientific ideas and principles was supported with the passion to do our best. The team members brainstormed and settled with the proposal of engineering a medical device which should be effective, inexpensive, and auto-driven. Coming to the fourth stage of product developmental cycle, that is experimentation. The team initiated and undertook the research work in different aspects like number 1, technology selection. In-depth study of airflow dynamics led to the exploration of ways and means to enhance the airflow pressure. Number 2, the team initiated and undertook research work in modeling the device shape. With the help of 3D modeling, several shapes and configurations of the proposed device were created and examined for the advantage and limitations in performing the desired task. Number 3, mathematical modeling of the input/output oxygen flow ratio was created by considering all aspects of physical parameters. Number 4, the internal and external dimensions to make the device adapted to dimensions of oxygen supply pipes, tubes, and face masks, etc. were determined. The information was then used in the design software. Number 5, the literature search for the selection of an ideal and suitable material with properties of high strength, corrosion resistance, fracture toughness, wear resistance, and ductility was conducted based on the published reports in the scientific journals. And number 6, 3D printing standardization of printing parameters and conditions were established and were finally used. The team developed a 3D printed device, named it Jeevan Vayu, which can deliver high flow oxygen from 20 to 60 liters per minute while maintaining a continuous positive pressure of up to 20 centimeter water, resulting in a low cost and accessible CPAP therapy. The device is designed to maintain an FiO2, that is fraction of inspired oxygen in the gas mixture, of above 40% with a positive and expiratory pressure of 5 to 20 centimeter water. Additionally, the device housed a viral filter at the air entrainment and with a vericidal efficacy of 99.99%. The viral filter ensures that the entrained air does not bring in any pathogens from the environment. The design specifications have been modeled to optimize an accelerated flow of up to 60 liters per minute from an oxygen cylinder, and the device has been produced by additive manufacturing using 3D printing. The device, named Jeevan Vayu, has multiple features, namely, number one, this potentially life-saving device can be used with a normal oxygen cylinder or main oxygen line at an accelerated flow rate. The device is designed for a 22 mm CPAP closed circuit tube and can be customized. Number two, the device is leak-proof and fulfills all the medically required parameters too. Number three, the device functions without need of power like electric or battery power. This seems to be the need of the hour during the present pandemic, when power supply is the key concern for saving lives of those on medical equipment such as ventilators and oxygen concentrators. Number four, it is designed keeping in mind the need of oxygen therapy in the ambulances during the transit and in the makeshift arrangements for needy patients. It will be like a boon in low resource regions and rural India. This device is the nation's first power-free CPAP device aimed at saving lives in low resource areas. This device will help the government to prepare for the third wave of COVID-19 if unfortunately it strikes our country. So coming to the fifth stage of product developmental cycle, that is collaborating with experts and institutions. The team has collaborated with Mr. Suresh Chand, faculty in charge of the Rapid Prototyping Laboratory, Siemens Center of Excellence at Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh, for 3D printing of the prototype of the device. The sixth stage of the product developmental cycle was testing the product. The device has been tested mechanically and developed at the Advanced Materials and Design Laboratory to calculate, determine, and verify the flow rates of input and output to this device. And finally, the seventh stage of the product developmental cycle is commercialization. The successful culmination of an innovation is its field application and market availability. We took several steps to ensure that the device which we ideated, designed, and prototyped should reach the common man. The first step we took was that we publicized through electronic, social, and print media with the help of public relation officer of the institutes. Among others, Minister of Education, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Press Trust of India, Press Information Bureau, etc. endorsed and applauded our innovations through their official social media platforms. Next step would be to apply for grant of patent. Institute encourages innovators to file patent copyright applications for the technology, design, report, processes, etc. for its protection. Institute has IPR cells to guide and support the innovators. At national level, National Research Developmental Corporation also supports individuals in filing process. Even patent attorneys can also be hired for the purpose. As on today, the team is seeking industrial collaboration for the commercialization of this life-saving device through any of these tech transfer modes. If the manufacturer is interested to have the technical know-how of the two prototypes available with the innovators, one-time tech transfer can be executed. If the manufacturer wishes to add features like multiple flow rate regulator or multiple units with incremental acceleration, the team is ready to undertake the consultancy projects. Here, I would like to mention that as per the institute policy, the technologies developed at the institute should be transferred to the interested parties either on exclusive or non-exclusive rights basis. Exclusive transfer of technology means the buyer will have exclusive right on the technology and the product, and institute will not share the technology with anyone else. Non-exclusive technology transfer, in fact, is the most common practice wherein the institute transfers technology to anyone and everyone who is interested. The technology transfer fee is more for the exclusive rights transfer compared to non-exclusive rights transfer. Regarding the consultancy projects of these products, I would like to say that it will be a long-term project to be undertaken by the consultants specifically for the client for a mutually agreed duration and consultancy fee. The consultancy fee is negotiable between consultants and the client. It's also pertinent to mention that both the parties will be required to sign non-disclosure agreement. Consultants and industry representative, henceforth called both the parties, need to sign a non-disclosure agreement which binds both the parties that the confidential information shared by both the parties during the conduct of consultancy projects will not be made public. The future innovation and scope of this product and projects. The team is constantly working on the designing of additional features like number 1, multiple flow rate regulator as per the oxygen flow needs of the patient, and number 2, pack of multiple units with incremental acceleration of oxygen flow as per the need of the patient. I hope this presentation is useful to you. Thank you very much.